Well, it's working. Happy Saturday, everybody. Let me wipe my eyes here. Well, happy Saturday. I hope everyone has had a good week. It's been a good week here. The weather's been nice. It almost makes you think it's springtime is soon, but I know better. It's going to get cold again and probably snow, but so I guess we got some folks in the room.
We do. We have Don.
Don. Hey, Don. Happy Saturday.
And Ronald.
Ronald. Happy Saturday.
That's it.
Okay, well, good. Guys, Doug and Shar, happy Saturday. Paprikash. On the menu. It should be yummy. You'll wait for a couple of minutes. Let a few folks come into the room before I get started. But Paprikash, and I've got some beer bread, actually beer cheese bread over here that's rising. I'll show you here in a minute. I got to let it proof for about another 10 minutes or so, and then I can put it into the oven. When I do, you guys will get a peek at it.
They both said happy Saturday.
Oh, thank you. Indeed, yes. Yeah, we've had some like 60-degree days over this last week and a bunch of like 50-degree days. They haven't had much in the way of cold. It's still cold at night, but the days have been pretty warm.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's pretty nice. A lot of the area right here in town where we walk our dogs is fairly well dried out, so that we don't, have too bad of muddy feet by the time we're done with our walk. So yeah, it's nice to see the warm weather, and with that snow melted, gives us a chance to clean the yard of dog dew. It's always good to keep up with that. Don't want too many flies happening, because it's even if it just gets a little bit warm for a few days, we'll start seeing flies around here. So
Don wants to know, was that one of his suggestions?
the Paprikash, no, I think that originally came from Tim at Crazy Food Crew. Is where that came from. But you may have requested it, and I haven't pulled it out of the basket yet. So, and that may well be, but I believe it was Tim that requested that one. So, and I'm just recreating that menu, the beer cheese bread and the Paprikash and cannoli for dessert. I made some mascarpone last night so that it would be ready today. And I tell you what, if you go to the grocery store and try to price out even a little 8-ounce tub, so a cup of mascarpone, it's going to be anywhere between $7 and $9, depending on where you get it. If you go to the store, you can buy yourself a quart of whipping cream for under $6 and get 4 cups for nothing much more than that. A little bit of lemon juice and some cream of tartar, or baking soda works, or baking powder works also. But
Yeah.
just make your own.
Don says we have some snow expected tomorrow, but only light.
Yeah, we don't see any kind of like moisture weather coming up, at least for a few days. But it changes a lot. I mean, from one day to the next, you can see pretty big differences in, what the weather does or doesn't. A good example is a couple of summers ago, I was going to do my stream from outside. It was summer. And the weather forecast said there was a 1% chance of any rain. So I thought, well, great, we'll go for it. And so I got everything out there and everything set up, and it started raining. just a hint, a little word of caution. Electronics like computers and rain don't go together very well. At least not if it's not built for it. So that was a mad dash to hurry up and try and get things covered up, and yeah. So, but now that I've got the particular setup that I'm using, it would be very simple and very easy to go out and stream. So, and by the way, how is the stream quality? Is it good? Is it buffering at all, or my voice okay? Can you see me okay? Because this laptop is wireless, and so I'm just want to see that, how well this is actually working. So just curious. I suppose I'm going to get started here a little bit and get some veggies cut up.
Carol did say last week that the sound was better from this one.
Okay.
Don says looks terrific.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, that being said then, doing a stream from outside would probably be doable.
Yep.
So, maybe this spring.
Don said the sound is very good.
Oh, awesome. Well, I like hearing that. Okay. All right. I'm not going to use it all, but I'm going to use probably most of it. So, Don, you said that that Paprikash is one of your favorites. That's awesome. I had never had it before that night that I cooked it on the stream. And I thought it was, both of this old guy and I thought it was just amazing. So that's why I picked it. I tried the ones that I picked for this month. They reflect one of two things. One that I'd never made at all before, or one that is a particular favorite. So that's kind of how I chose them. And the recipe didn't specifically call for it, but I am going to add a shallot, darling. A little shallot in here. Trying to keep this batch down to just dinner size. Just me and Mrs. Old Guy, so we don't need to make a whole ton. What am I looking for here? Oh, my garlic, which I put right there. All right. A couple of little ones, I guess. Couple of little ones. So this, the Old Guy radio players that I've been talking about here lately in the new shows has been a real, carpet ride here lately, with new people quickly coming and going, and having to bring planes to a stop and look for other people and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure I can safely say now that the actor slots that I had open and have been what's preventing me from doing any more, especially production of the new shows. Now, I think I got those slots filled now. And hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we can start recording. I'm going to have to talk with the new people and see what days and times and so forth work good for them, because we're scattered. Val, of course, he's in California, and And Destin Goblin, he's working. His wife takes him everywhere. So, and I think they're in Illinois right now. So he's an hour in front of me or ahead of me. Val's an hour in back of me. Depending on what show, like the Myers Crossing, well, that one involves the man from the future, Mr. Greg, and he lives in Sydney, Australia. So I got to take that into account, and so it can be difficult at times to get everyone together.
Don says if you can get Hungarian paprika, it really makes the difference from good to amazing.
Yeah, I imagine so. I get my spices from a local natural foods place, and they have a couple different kinds of paprika. One is smoked and the other is sweet, which she couldn't say specifically whether it was Hungarian paprika or not. But my guess is that even if it's not, it will still be more flavorful than just the ordinary generic paprika that you get at the grocery store. I'm pretty sure of that, because I sure found out a big difference in the cinnamon with them. The cinnamon is, whoops, let me get this out of the way before I start a burner. I'll set that there. Let that finish proofing for another couple minutes. So I got some bacon fat here. We're going to get that melted on in there. I don't usually saute in a saucepan, but it is such a small batch that it's not really worth using a cast iron or anything, because there's not that, comparatively speaking, there's not a whole ton of liquid. So let me just kind of get this wiped up here a little bit. Okay. Yum, yum. Right.
Don says, yep, he agrees. Does he want sweet, not hot, because it's really spicy?
Yes. I've had some hot ones. Most of the time I've used just the plain generic everyday paprikas you can get for $1. You get a big old jar of it. And I'm pretty sure that it's nowhere near the quality that some of the other ones are. I do know one thing about this place, or about the paprika that they have. It's either all natural or organic. They don't sell anything other than that. Let's see, let me give it a taste. Ooh. Tastes pretty good. And just a kind of a hint of a kind of a floral flavor. And for a second, I thought it might get hot, but then it just kind of chilled out. I think that's going to be really good. It's got to be better than the regular paprika. That's my philosophy. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Ah, rats. I did it backwards, Mrs. Old Guy.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. I can fix it. It's just glad I got it right now, though. I didn't get any farther. I want to try and at least get it halfway right.
The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla.
Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla.
I love cannoli, he says.
Oh, thank you. I love cannoli too, and welcome. It's been a little while since we've seen you. I hope things are well with you. Okay. What I needed to do, and I'm going to do now, is just let's brown the chicken a little bit here.
John says as long as it's not bitter.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't bitter at all. But like I said, what we get there is a whole lot fresher and just all around better
Yeah.
quality than any of the spices that we get at grocery stores. All right, got a little bit of that left. A little bit of bacon grease. Today is National Dadgum That's Good Day. So that made the perfect time for me to cook a little bacon. Because it's dadgum good. Alright. Give that like 3 or 4 minutes on each side, let it brown, and then I'll get them onions back in there. I want to get this at least part way right. Part way. Used chicken, you know.
Jessica's here.
Hi Jessica, happy Saturday I mean.
Hello, how are you today? One of my fur babies is passing away. I had her 10 years and she had passed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's never any fun to lose a pet. They're family. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I lost my American Bulldog 6 years ago this year, it was not easy to deal with. I still miss him like anything. So.
Yeah. Face the Ace is here.
Face the Ace. Hey man, happy Sunday. Or I keep saying Sunday. Happy Saturday.
Carol's here.
Carol, hi. Happy Saturday. They said Saturday, yay. Okay. Okay, just want to brown it a little bit. Not wanting to cook it.
Don said if it's a health food store, I'm sure it's top quality spices they sell.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a health food store. It's just like a Whole Foods or natural food store. So, yeah, they don't have. I mean, like the vegetables that they sell are all locally. Most of them are locally grown, and they are all organic. And a lot of their stuff is they don't really sell meat, but they have some dairy products and whatnot. So, but they have all the spices I would ever want and some.
Yeah, they got a lot of them.
They do. They do. They got a lot of them that you wouldn't find at the grocery store. So.
Jessica says, yeah, this is my first cat that's passed away. I dealt with hamsters passing away and guinea pigs, but never cats. This is a whole new kind of food.
Yes, it is. I'm really sorry to hear it. I always say that grief is love that's unfinished. So, I'm sorry. All right. Like I said, these are not by any means cooked. Just brown a little bit. That's good enough. Whoop. Get it into the bowl. Okay, now get these onions and shallot back into that pan. Keep that temperature down for a minute. Now, just like last time, the recipe calls for a Hungarian red bell pepper. Well, we don't have Hungarian red bell peppers here. So I just thought, what the heck, I'll just grab a regular red bell pepper. It certainly can't hurt the flavor.
Janice is here.
Hi, Janice. Happy Saturday.
It says we're able to wait to watch for a little while before they have to leave.
Oh, well, awesome. I'm glad you're here. We got some chicken paprikash. Oh yeah, got some onions and shallots go here. I browned off the chicken a little bit. And here in a minute, oh, that looks good.
John says, can you buy raw milk in Colorado? There's only a few places here locally that you can get it, but really expensive.
Well, we can't buy it commercially, but we can buy it from some private people. So the answer is yes. Just right down the road, there's a place where we can get fresh whole milk, cream. They make some of their own stuff too, cheeses and whatnot. But I don't know if that's, yeah, I guess I'll call it.
Jessica says, put on a happier note, how's your mating calls doing? Can we get one today? I really need to laugh, and I really need to laugh with arm gestures.
Okay. Well, yeah, give me a minute here so I don't forget what I'm doing.
Both dogs are sleeping. I bet that's going to scare them.
All right. Okay, that's actually proof long, plenty long enough. There's that loaf. I don't know if you can see those bumps there. Can you see those? That's the cheese inside the bread. All right. So over here. Give it a quick cut.
That says looks right.
Slide that forward enough to get this into the oven. Well, let's set the timer. We'll go with 30 minutes. Well, that's looking good. All right. Throw in these bell peppers. That calls for de-seeded aromas. I'm not going to de-seed one tomato. I'm not going to bother peeling it either, just because it's only one. But I will get it diced up. I think that counts for something. I don't know what. But the fact that I'll dice it up has to count for something. Alright. I started my cannoli shell a little bit ago, just because it should sit for a while. Rest, as they like to say. Okay. I'm getting to the good part here. Alright, here we go, here we go. Let me get some spices added in there. Nope. I'm going to start with a little bit of white pepper. Not much. What's that one? Nope. Quarter. Oh, come on. Quarter teaspoon of some white pepper. About a half a teaspoon of salty. Gotta have a little bit of salty in there. Now the important part, paprika. Okay. Okay, we got 2 paprika in there. Let's get that stirred around a little bit. And let that kind of cook like that for a minute, right? I hope I'm doing it right there. You let me know if I'm doing something wrong there, Don, would you? Where'd I put my right in front of me? Okay, some chicken stock in there. I don't want to burn that paprika.
Smells good.
It does. Alright, so let's get that chicken stock in there. We'll throw the bird back in there. Alright. Looks good. What am I missing? The tomatoes. Tomatoes. Alright. Throw a lid on that. That's it for a while. Let's set that timer for 40 minutes just to make sure that it's done. Pretty much finished slicing and dicing. Slide this over. I think while that's doing that, I'm going to take the time. Let's get the fabulous, fantastic Farberware fryer. Get the heat going on that. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and roll that cannoli shell out and get them ready. What do you think, Mrs. Old Guy?
Sounds like fun.
All right.
Don says you're doing fine. You should add the paprika last because it burns. But
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's why I did that quickly. I know that it tastes bad if it burns. But I do believe I got it toasted just enough to where it started releasing some oils.
Jessica says today for dinner I had potatoes, steak, shrimp, and green beans.
Yummy. Steak and taters.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. Doug messaged earlier, or Char did. What are they having?
The 3 S's. Salmon, sweet potato, and salad.
Salmon, sweet potatoes, and salad. Nice. That sounds good. Salmon is not a bad choice at all. How about the rest of you all? Don, what do you guys have? Alright, let's get this on the table. Get this rolled out and ready to go. I'm not going to make a whole ton of them. I will make enough for dessert. Like for now and for like after the stream too. What do you think? I'm going to stop with 2 stinking little cannoli? Are you kidding me?
Don says I'm making orange chicken and shrimp egg rolls.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Alright. that up just a little bit, I guess. Start to see some actual bubbling going on. Just a small batch. And got to buy another set of ring cutters. But these work for now. You can just smell the marsala. Yummy. Get this kind of stretched out a little bit. A little bit of flour.
You don't have rings in that drawer? I thought you did.
Rings? I do. They are for English muffins.
Okay.
And I think they're a little bit smaller than this. Let me see. Yeah. And that isn't quite big enough to really get a very good wrap around the cannoli shoot tubes.
Says I just bought a Kodo pasta roller from Amazon. I have yet to use it, but got it because I see you use it a lot.
Yep. Yeah, we use it for lots of things other than pasta, and here's another example of that. That's what I get for trying to put it in there like that. It's just too thick. Doesn't exactly roll out like pasta. Should know better, but I don't. It really helps if I can roll it out on here. That way I can get them really thin and they're even. They're not like thick in spots and whatnot. All right. Just take my time. Once I get it through the first time and it doesn't fall to pieces on me, then it's easy enough to get it going. There's that hard work I was talking about. I still think it would have been nice to be able to charge like a mechanic. I'm sorry, folks. It was harder for me to roll that pasta than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be an extra $4 a person. There we go. That's slightly better. We'll move on with it. Don't expect this to hold together quite like pasta does.
Don says get some rice flour. It keeps pasta from sticking without becoming gummy like using flour.
Yeah, I've got some rice flour. Generally, I don't have much problem with these sticking together or anything. I think really the biggest problem I have with when I'm working with pasta is getting it too dry.
Yeah, that could be.
Yep.
Amanda Blake is here.
Amanda Blake. I'm sorry?
Carol's granddaughter.
Oh, hello, Carol's granddaughter.
And Nashies.
Nashies. Hey.
It says, ooh, homemade pasta, so it's so good.
This actually is cannoli dough. I'm going to make some cannolis for dessert, so I thought I would get this part knocked out. I made some mascarpone cheese last night. Nashies, I believe this is your first time here. I know you're a Val fan over at Chirpy Foods, so welcome and thanks for joining in.
Jessica says I'm lazy. I use the pasta that you just boil in the water. I don't do all that fancy stuff with pasta.
Well, I don't make my own pasta all the time either. Most of the time I do, but I'm not going to tonight. Mainly because I have, kind of too many other things to do. That's going to be thin enough. All right, so I'm going to cut these shells.
Yeah, she shows, ooh, that's so cool. And Jessica says, are you ever going to go on a plank?
A plank?
Maybe, yeah, that's what she said.
A plank. I'm not sure I understand. I'm not sure I understand a plank. Let's get that to cut. I need to get a new set of rings. I had a complete set and they got lost during a move. It'd be nice to have them again. They're expensive, but they're good to have. All right, we get at least 4 of them, huh?
Yeah.
So we can each have 2.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. We'll see how well that works. I need to kind of keep my head a little straighter than it is right now. Well, what did I do a few minutes ago?
Put bread in.
Right, and did I set the timer for that? I did. Set it for 35 minutes. And then I started the Paprikash. And I started the timer for that. Well, there's only one timer. So, I'm just going to have to be peeking at the bread now and then. Oh, well, you say it's funny.
Yeah, she says that's a nice workspace. I laminate my kitchen. Lack of counter space.
When we first moved in here, our kitchen was from right here is where the stove used to be. And there was a little white cabinet type of thing right next to it. That was the only counter space.
Yeah.
So
a wall there.
I took a wall out and I built these 2 cabinets so that I actually had some real counter space to get some stuff done if I want to. Some place to, put the dirty dishes before I start them. Just counter space.
Crazy food crew.
Hey guys, Tim, Nate Dog, if he's there. Hello, hello. All right.
Yeah, she says that's awesome.
Kind of forgot that I was going to have to do this, so caught a little unprepared.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's okay, folks. It's all part of the show. I never use
Nate
these.
says hi.
Huh?
Nate says hi.
Hey, awesome. So, yeah, glad you guys are here. We got the chicken and stuff going in our pot over here. I guess Dawn is, Tim, I guess Dawn is a big fan of Paprikash.
Dawn Don says, what time do you want for your bread? I'll set a timer.
Yeah, well, I don't know now. Oh, let's see. I think it's been in about 20 minutes. So, maybe another 5. We should check it just to make sure. All right.
Amanda says, I love food.
Oh, me too. You know, I'd rather have good food than bad food any day of the week. Come from a long line of food lovers. My mom liked food. My brothers, they like food, but good food. You betcha.
Tim says this is a great dish, especially on a cold day.
It is. It's not cold, but it's still going to be a good dish. All right. Could have rolled these just a little bit thinner, but I think I should be able to get them to crisp good enough. I'll find out. Yes, I will. Yeah, they could be another number down as far as thickness goes, but that's all right.
Don says I'm half Hungarian, so it's in my blood.
Well, I know that I sure liked it the first time I had it, which was on the stream.
Amanda says, literally though. See, so now you can help your grandma make some of this stuff.
All right, there's that. Let me get this going.
Tim says it's 20 degrees there, but with the wind it feels like 5. LOL.
It's over 60 today. Or it was. It got up to 60 earlier, 60 like 102.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We don't always get that cool or that warm this time of year. Sometimes, but not often. Get that out of my way. I'm not going to do any more than that. So I'll put this away. Looking good. I'll pull out that mascarpone here in a minute. I'll show you guys. All right. Good to go. I mean, you just put it in there with flour and everything on it. Yeah. As soon as you try, unless they've got pasta stuck in the rollers, just leave them be.
Nancy says it's 75 here in Vegas. Spring has sprung.
75. Yeah, that's pretty nice. We just went through Vegas, Nashies.
Yep.
Stopped in Pahrump and saw a friend, and then we went over to check out the Hoover Dam. Never been there before, so it's decent.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Amanda says everyone loves food. It's how you survive.
Here I was just thinking I was special. Where is that at? Mrs. Old Guy, my basket. Is it not over here?
For the fryer?
Yeah.
It's in the fryer.
Oh.
Jessica says, so have you ever watched Lucille Ball's TV shows?
Oh yeah.
There's this metaphor that she says, I'm going to walk the planks and...
Walk the planks. I don't remember exactly the rest of it. I've watched a lot of Lucille Ball though. do fill in the blank.
Amanda says, at least I think everyone likes food.
Well, there's probably some people that don't like food, but they eat it anyway. I don't know how many people that would be, but after, there's how many billion people on the planet. There's bound to be a few people that just, I just don't like food. I eat it when I have to, but other than that, I don't care what it is. It's all the same garbage. Those cannoli are looking beautiful already.
Yay.
Alright. Give the table a quick little swipe. Good.
Yeah.
Browning up very nicely. Now the trick is, can I get them off the form? I hate that when they stick.
Yep. Hopefully they don't.
Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that bread.
Yeah, Don just said check the bread settings.
It looks really good. I'm going to give it just another couple of minutes. It probably could be just a shade darker. I want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through.
Yep. Tim says, we love food. Funny thing, I was at a chicken house restaurant the other day. I overheard a group of people talking, and the one woman said she don't like chicken.
Well, yeah, that's kind of odd then, right? Well, then why would you eat at a chicken place?
And Amanda says, yeah, uh-huh.
I've had strange questions asked of me when I had my restaurant, so this strange behavior of people in the food, that's not a surprise. It's really not. One of my favorite ones is there's this elderly couple. They were probably in their, at least mid to late 80s. They were getting up there, and they would come in for lunch quite a bit and have a slice of pizza. He'd eat a slice of cheese with some anchovies, and she would have a slice of cheese. Anyway, they came in to the restaurant one evening. Which was kind of unusual. They only ever came in for lunch, and I was having prime rib, which is, I think, why they came. And when they set their food out, and my server, I can't remember their names. I think it might have been Wiggins or Watkins. It started with a W. Anyway, they wanted to see me out at the table, so I go out there, and she looks at me and she goes, I hate to say it, but this tastes just like roast beef. And I was thinking to myself, well, that's right. It's a roasted beef. But after talking to her for just a minute, I realized what she had meant. Whenever you get a piece of prime rib, usually there's some au jus over the top, and that gives it that extra flavor, gives you that you're eating prime rib kind of thing. It's juicy. And well, I didn't serve mine that way. I put the au jus in a small bullet off to the side on plate, but just kind of off to the side, so that it didn't instantly sog out your potatoes or whatever. You could dump it on if you want. I let people decide. So that was the thing. It wasn't the au jus thing. That's how it happens.
Ken says, I never met anyone who doesn't like chicken. Also, why are you at a chicken house?
Yeah. Well, it's like somebody going to a barbecue place and asking if you have anything vegan. You know, or do you have anything that isn't fatty? Yeah, the napkins.
Steve's here.
Hi, Steve. Happy Saturday. All right. That bread's been in long enough.
Jessica says I'm going to grab a Diet Coke if that's okay with you.
Help yourself. Help yourself.
Don asked, do you have sour cream to add to the sauce at the end?
Oh, you're darn tootin'. Look at that. Can you see that?
Ooh, yum. Amanda says, I love these videos. With hearts.
Well, I'm glad you do.
And Jessica wants you to tell them a ghost story.
A ghost story. Well, I don't know if I have a ghost story other than, and I think I've talked about it before, is the weird happening on Christmas Eve a few years back. But there is weird stuff that happens at our house. Like we can hear scratching at the door when both dogs are laying down sleeping. Really loud bangs that would wake up the dogs, start barking and crap. Just all kinds of weird stuff. But there is our garage is separated by our house, about, a yay wide, a little narrow walkway area. And when it snows, all the snow off of the garage and on the roof fall in there. So sometimes it can get pretty deep. And Christmas Eve, I think 3 years ago, this darn thing, this old guy says, "Heck, why is that light on the garage door on?" Now, the garage door that you can go into, it has a light there with a pull string on it. We had never even bothered turning it on before because we're never out there at night, and so I didn't even know, and neither one of us really knew if it even worked or not because we'd never used it. Well, it was on, and like I said, it's one of those pull things. It didn't like automatically or somehow like the flip switch because of something or other. It's one of those you got to pull it.
Yeah.
And it was on. It was like, well, that is really weird. So I went out and I looked outside, and there was absolutely no footprints in any of the snow anywhere. You couldn't get into the garage from the front through the big garage doors because my car was parked in front of it, and the doors kind of open like barn doors. So there was absolutely no way to get back there.
Yep.
So, how that light came on, I don't know. Sometimes I'm sitting up, Mrs. Old Guy's gone to bed, and it sounds like somebody sits in the chair where she sits. I look over. It's very strange here.
Amanda says, are we going to get any food after
Any food after what?
this stream?
After the stream? Oh, I don't know.
You know how we share sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about this time. Let's shut that off. Because I'm not making a whole lot of this, but I might find a way to get a cannoli down to you guys, maybe.
Lisa says, hi Tom and Mrs. Old Guy from Lisa and Wildman.
Hey, Wildman, Lisa. Happy Saturday. I just pulled some bread out of the oven. Can you look at that? Isn't that beautiful? I suppose I should get that on a rack.
Don says, wow, that's scary.
It is very scary. Well, not really scary, just mysterious. You know? Very mysterious.
Amanda says it's Tom and Deb. Because people call it the Old Guy and Mrs. Old Guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hi, Tom and Miss Wilkie.
yeah, you can call me Tom. You can call her Deb. Or Mrs. Old Guy, or young Mrs. Old Guy, like one dude said. All right. It's got a few more minutes left. So I'll get the fire going on some water here. Cook up the pasta. What did I do with that salt? I bet it's over here still. Yep. Let's make this into seawater. Okay. See, it's water. I go this way. Alright, I'll finally have all that stuff mixed up pretty quick. Alright. That's it. So all I need to do is get my sour cream and stuff ready. And I'll do that here in a minute. Right now I'm just gonna take a breather.
Tim says I really like that old blues music that you sent me the other day.
Ah, yeah, that Charlie Musselwhite, yeah. Yeah, that man can blow a harp. I saw him, oh boy. I was just a young teen. He was in the mid-70s. Saw him down in Denver. Yeah, he can play that harmonica now.
Don says it wouldn't be the same. You're always Mrs. OG.
I made my bread just slightly different this time. Last time I made the beer cheese bread. I shredded the cheese and put it in. Now it tasted fine and everything, but the cheese really melted into the bread, so that it wasn't like when you're having raisin bread, if you like raisins, and you get that whole raisin. You know what I mean? So I thought it might be nicer. I tried chunks this time, little cubes. That way, hopefully, when we're eating the bread, we get that nice little bite of cheese.
That should be good.
Yeah, hope so.
Jessica says, thank you for telling that scary story. Now I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Hey, you're welcome.
Tim says, most definitely. Not sure about what.
And Jessica, mating call. I'm going to augment to the last one I did for you. I'm going to do half a wing, right, on this side. Hey, lady! You want to mate?
Surprised it didn't wake the dogs up. Now she says he loves Charlie Musselwhite.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Musselwhite is just hell of a harmonica player, hell of a blues singer. If you folks have never checked him out, look him up on YouTube. There's this one that's called Slow Blues. It's one of my favorites, but you can listen to anything. He's tops in my book. I've only got about another 10 minutes or so. Get that water boiling. Wow, and it's only been an hour? Holy smokes.
Jessica says, LOL, thank you. With some hearts.
Hey, lady. like our son. think I mentioned to you folks about we were shopping, grocery store. This older gal in front of us had her dress on. She was rather a big person, and her dress was kind of wedged in her butt crack. My son says, "Hey, watch this," and this old guy immediately turned around, went the other way. And I watched my son go go up to this poor old lady. "Hey, lady, I think your ass is hungry. It's eating your dress." Oh, it was just too funny. She, grabs a hold of her skirt and pulls it, gives it a little yank.
Lisa says, "Hey Tom, Tim can tell you some scary stories."
Can you? You got some ghost stories, Tim?
And Don says, "You are on your game today. You're on fire."
On fire. I hope not. I hate it when I'm on fire. I gotta put myself out and everything. Oh, 5 minutes or so. And I'll check the chicken. I want to temp it to make sure it's cooked.
Yeah.
If it is, I'll get it finished. Well, I still got to cook the pasta, so it's going to cook at least that much longer. So might as well just shut that off. There. Kill the timer because I got to wait till the pasta's done now. Is it boiling yet? Come on. That kind of stirred up over the top of that chicken a little bit. Ooh, that smells good. That smells like dinner. All right, get this unplugged. Pretty well cooled down. Still a little bit on the warm side. Get them out from the heat here. Let them cool down some more. Get this on here. Don't argue with me. Thank you.
Amanda says, "I'm using my mom's page, but this is Talia, and Grandma Talia is just dying for a bite of that beautiful bread."
Well, I can send some bread. We're not going to eat it all, not tonight. Oh, now it looks like we might start seeing some action here. I just got some old elbow macaroni. Egg noodles. Well, what's the difference between egg noodles and elbow macaroni? The shape. So, as far as I'm concerned, pasta is pasta. Sometimes it matters. That's just only on ones that are filled, like tortellini or ravioli. Then it's a different dish. Other than that, it's just pasta.
Or like lasagna.
Yeah, lasagna, exactly. Examples like that. But even then,
She says, "Yes, please."
okay. Watch it for a minute because I know It's just going to go all over hell if I walk away from it anytime between now and the next like 5 minutes. Does it every time, so I might as well just stand here. And because I'm standing here, it probably won't do it. Only because you walk away. All right, I'm going to chance it. I'm going to put away my half of a bell pepper. I know it, guys. This is what it looks like when you go off the deep end. All right. Next week, what did I put for next week? But I think next week it might be the Berea tacos.
I think so.
And that was another one that I fell in love with. I've made both the Paprikash and the Berea tacos a couple of times since I've did that on the stream. Yummy. They're just too good. It's one of those dinners that I will overeat. If I make enough to do it with, I'll overeat every time.
Don says traditionally it's served with spatzel or mashed potatoes.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm sure. And I could have made some spatula. There's spatula. But yeah, I'm gonna take the easy way out this time. I think I did make homemade pasta when I made this the first time on the stream. I'm being slightly lazy tonight. That, and I didn't want as big of a mess as I would probably create if I did that too. So let's just be honest about it. I'm being lazy today. Didn't want to create a big mess.
Jessica wants to know, how are the fur babies today?
They are doing all right.
Sleeping right now?
Yeah, sound asleep. We took them on their walk this morning. And we had, we brought Chumley into the vet a couple days ago. He's got a thyroid problem, so we had the doctor do a little blood work just to make sure what's going on. And she said that, other than that, he's doing really well. So that said, that's the big report on the puppies. Are they gonna slide off? Oh, come on. It's really tight. I can get it to move.
Yeah, she says, I'm definitely pretty good with German food. My mom was from Germany.
Nashies, if you can, my absolute all-time favorite German food is Jägerschnitzel. I have yet to find a restaurant anywhere in the States that come even close to making it the way I had it in Germany. And it wasn't the pork, it wasn't the veal. It was the pork with and the mushroom gravy didn't have cream sauce. It was just more or less a brown mushroom sauce is the type that I had. And if you got a recipe for that you want to pass along, please do. Just oldguyincolorado@gmail.com. I would really appreciate that. I've made it several times, but it's still not anywhere near as good as what I had when I was there. So if you have a recipe, that would be outstanding.
Jessica says, have you ever heard of Trans World Haunt Show?
Say what? I didn't hear you.
Have you ever heard of Trans World Haunt Show?
Trans World
Haunt Show.
Haunt Show. No, paranormal thing, it sounds like.
It does. Tell you, thyroid is in your neck, and it's not contagious. She asked what the thyroid was, if it's contagious.
Yes, thyroid gland. Regulates things. A whole bunch of things.
Now she says, request taken and we'll do it coming up soon.
Awesome.
I'll make a video and tag you in it.
Okay. That sounds great. Okay. Just making sure where I was at with that. He's definitely got to cook some more. Get that. Come on. I want. It's got to at least simmer. More water, huh? Show you my mascarpone while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Look at that. Can you see that? This is wet from the whey. No way. But you get a nice, beautiful, firm wheel of mascarpone cheese. See? And it's a whole lot cheaper just to do it that way.
Yeah, she says my dad has been craving schnitzels, so it works out.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I crave them too. I mean, I'll make just like a schnitzel sandwich or something, but it's not like Jaeger schnitzel.
That smells really good.
It does. All right. Might as well go ahead and get this sour cream, a little cream. Let's get this ready to mix in there. Just give it a quick rinse, right? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Forgot to wash my bowl. I'm gonna need it here in a little while if I'm gonna do anything with my mascarpone. Mascarpone! Al Capone's idiot brother. Alright, about a half a cup. So about half this container. Uh-huh. That's about right. I'll use flour. I want to put a little flour in there just to help thicken it up. So it's about right. Tablespoon or so. A little cloud of smoke. Get that mixed in. And just a little bit of cream, a couple tablespoons. Oh yeah. Woohoo! We're just about ready.
Yay.
Close enough to where I'm going to pull out entrenching tools. I mean, silverware. Let's give the chicken a temp, shall we? Oh, I'd say that's done. Yeah.
Yay.
Off. Back into the drawer. Let's see how good this pasta is doing. Whoop. Jumped.
I seen it.
Needs another minute. Making a mess of myself.
Got a hole in your chin?
I got a hole in my head, actually, a few of them. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about having any butter
Oh,
for the bread. I'm thinking there's some on the butter dish.
there is.
Okay. I hope so. This cannoli shell turned out really nice.
That's good.
That was 6 minutes for the pasta. So I'm still going to give it a few seconds because that last bite was not quite done. I know. I'll move more stuff that needs to be gone. Ugh. Bread. Might as well have a board to cut it on. Maybe I'll even get you a little plate to put it on.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Well, I love it when a plan comes together, so. All right. Just waiting on. Just waiting on the pasta. All right, come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right. Let's get this added in. Oh. Get that swizzled around. Swizzled. Gotta say it with the swizzled. Okay. Did you know that a jiffy is an actual measurement of time? But it's a lot quicker than you could possibly imagine. I think it was like 2 millionths of a second or something.
Don says remember to take the chicken out of the pan and add the sour cream and whisk it in and then return the chicken to the pan.
This worked just fine like it was. This is Blend it out beautifully.
Talia says butter. Yep, for the bread.
Yeah. Bread and butter. All right, let's drain some pasta. Get that bowl out of the way. The old strainer in here. And make sure it's reasonably well drained here. All right. Let's serve up some food.
Okay.
Some pasta for you. A little more pasta for me. A little more for you. Might as well just finish it. All right. Now let's get this. Some of those potatoes, some of the tomato, and those peppers.
Now she says a jiffy is 1/100th of a second.
Right. Okay. See, I knew it was something like that. Ouch. Come on. Mrs. Old Guy don't want to deal with the skin. So I'll pull it off.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't have any fresh. But I got a little bit of dry. Kind of messed up the presentation when I did that, but okay. Yummy. There you go.
Thank you.
Alright. There's your fork and knife.
Thank you.
Now cut you some bread.
Awesome.
And after I cut the bread, I might cut you some slack. Get that chicken on mine, a little more to sauce. Set that aside.
Now she says fantastic.
Let's give you a look at that. That bread.
That looks good.
Can you see the cheese in there?
Yeah.
Yum. Oh, it smells really good. All right. So we'll get you a slice cut here. A little bit on this slice. Come on. Here we go. Some on this slice. Okay. On a plate.
You need to pull the table back your way.
Okay. Here. Bread. Bread. All right.
Talia says beautiful. Don says great job. And Talia says that looks good.
Thank you. It does look good. Cut this in half. Throw a little butter on it. All right. What did I do with my fork?
Did you put it in the pan?
Oh, thank you for saving me. All right. Time to dig in. One of my top 5 live stream foods. I did not put these in any particular order because I like them all. So, all right, here we go. Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. That paprika from there made a world of difference. Wow.
Really good.
I think it's spiced just perfectly. I don't think it needs any salt. I don't think it needs any pepper. That's really good, just like it is.
Really good.
Oh, yeah. Chicken is super tender. And the sauce. The sauce is so good. It made my tongue slap the back of my head. Ooh. Really hot.
Don says, yep, it really does. Agreeing with Talia that it looks good.
Now that is a mighty tasty bread. Got a nice beer kind of flavor to it, but it's not overpowering. It's almost like eating a super fluffy grilled cheese. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it is. And the cheese in there is really cool too.
It is. Very nice, very nice. Yep. I could eat this for dinner. I can see where this might be good. Yay! And that's the one thing I don't mind is actually having enough time to eat this without having to super rush to get the dessert finished, which isn't going to take much time. So, yeah. Definitely a fave.
Yeah, that sauce is really good.
Yeah, it turned out very nice. Well, Mr. Crazy Food Crew, I'm going to thank you again for a great recipe idea or a great dinner idea for something that up until that point we had never had. spilled a little bit, and I didn't want to drag my sleeve through it. Mm-hmm. Well, this is good. Too bad I can't explain it any better. If this is delicious, it's good, tastes like chicken. Well, how the heck can you explain what chicken tastes like? As far as I'm concerned, only a chicken tastes like chicken. Oh, it tastes like chicken. No, it doesn't.
Tim says, glad you enjoyed it. This is one of my grandma's favorites.
Well, I can see why. Yeah, that's exceptional. Really good. And I do think it's better, has a better quality of flavor than when I made it with just the regular store-bought paprika.
Yeah.
It was good. This is better yet. Mm-hmm. Delish. Okay, I could have had 2 pieces of chicken. But I'll guess 1 will be enough. So Carol, and who else? Talia. If you want bread, you can have bread. That's for sure. Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. A bit carb heavy between pasta and bread. Turn it right into sugars that I don't need. It's worth the extra 3 pounds.
Gave me too much.
I gave you too much? No, just eat what you can. That's all you can do. Made some breakfast burritos with homemade chorizo yesterday. Oh boy, they were really good.
Talia says, yes, please, and thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I did pay a price though. They turned out really, really good, so I ate 3 of them. Acid reflux and breakfast burritos don't go together really well. It does if you like the trigger. Oh. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. I'm a bit full too. Tell you what, why don't you take your bread and just set it in your bowl, and I'll use that same plate to give you your cannoli.
Okay.
That'll work?
Yep.
All right.
Ken says I made some cinnamon French toast for breakfast. Yum, yum.
Oh, yeah.
And some scrambled eggs with cheese.
Heck yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. A lot of times, sometimes when we cook French toast, I'll put it in the waffle iron and get it really crispy.
Turns out good that way.
Yeah, it does. All right. Well, I gotta take a minute and rinse out a bowl real quick. Won't take but a moment. Fortunate thing about flour and water, I mean, you let it dry, it's a paste, but don't take much to soften it back up. So, I suppose I'm gonna give this like just a minute in the freezer. It'll help. Trying to decide if I want to mess with the pastry bag.
Oh.
I think this time I'm just going to go with the plastic lunch bag method, just so I don't have to mess with my tips in my bag with, you know, for doing 4 whole cannoli. It's not worth pulling out my big old pastry bag to put that little bit in there. This is the part where we're waiting for the bowl to chill just a little bit. You can almost get that waiting music like they have on Jeopardy. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. Just wanted to take that heat from the sink off of it. That's better. Cooled down pretty nice. All right. So when I get this started, this is a headset warning. If you're wearing a headset, this might get loud.
Tim says, I don't have a ghost story, but I do remember the episode that buckwheat from the Rascals seen a ghost, LOL, and Porky.
Funny. Okay. Give you another look at that. Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to cut a chunk of that. Put it in there. And here in a little while, I'll put this into a plastic container. It's good on a bunch of different stuff. And it'll keep in the fridge for 8 days or 9. That's really nice and thick and firm. And a little bit of cream. Well, that is just a little bit. Let me pull out my other one here. I want a little bit more than what I had. Okay, that should be plenty. Let's throw in a little bit of sugar. Tablespoon or so. I would use powdered sugar, but this time I don't want the cornstarch. Out of my way. All right, headset warning. That's probably not too loud. Okay, let's put in a little bit of the marsala. You can use marsala, rum. You can use the red wine if you want.
Tim wants to know any plans for St. Patty's Day.
You mean like that I'll do here? But yeah, I mean, well, we don't do anything too special. Although, you know, I might cook a dinner, but we don't like have leprechauns and stuff decorating or whatever. But I like to make Guinness stew, Guinness beef stew. Yummy. I'm not a big soup. Mrs. Old Guy doesn't like corned beef too much, so I'd make the Guinness stew. If you've never had it, I suggest it. Beef cooked with Guinness beer. There's other stuff in it too. It's wonderful. All right, that looks good. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Let's give it a taste. Ooh, that's delicious. All right. Let's get this little sandwich bag filled here.
Tim says that sounds good. He goes, I have had Irish stew that's pretty good.
I think I did a video on it.
I think you did.
It is. I was pretty surprised how good it was. All right. It's not too bad, I guess. Scissors. Cut that in half. Uh-oh. I'm behind just a little bit here. That's okay. I can make this work. Gotta have pistachio on the end and chocolate chips. So I'm gonna have these ready to go. I just forgot to kind of cut them up here a little bit. So let me take a second. Went to an Italian place not too long ago. We got their cannoli. Boy, was I disappointed. You can't fill a cannoli shell hours before you're going to serve it. They're not crispy anymore. They're really soggy and really not very appetizing. All right.
Jessica says, hello, sorry I'm back.
Well, welcome back. You're just in time for dessert. Gonna fill these cannoli shells here.
Don says, we don't care for corned beef, but maybe in a stew or coal cannon. I'm not sure what coal cannon is. I've just not heard of it.
Yeah, I don't think I know either. Okay. Now these are filling out very nicely.
Tim says, a fart is a ghost that we can hear but can't see.
And sometimes they linger. A little more. Just about used it all. All right, put that right there. Finish squeezing it out. Doink. Doink. Doink.
Jessica says, I love corned beef and cabbage. I actually prefer cabbage cooked with corned beef than regular salad.
I like corned beef just fine. It just, since Mrs. Old Guy doesn't care for it, we don't get it because I'm not going to eat a whole corned beef by myself, so couldn't even freeze it long enough.
Don says cabbage and mashed potatoes mixed together.
All right. There's dessert. Ugh. All right. Eat, Polly. All right, submitted for your approval. Cannoli.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Does that look okay? Is it okay?
Tim says cabbage rolls are really good.
What was it?
Cabbage rolls.
Oh, yeah, cabbage rolls?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I like cabbage rolls. That was another one we did here.
Yep.
All right, except for it wasn't cabbage rolls. It was called something. I called it something else. But anyway, happy cannoli dessert.
Jessica says, what do you mean you got the whole chat to eat corned beef with you? John says it's actually spelled coal cannon, all one word.
Mm.
Tim says holy cannoli.
Wow. Oh boy, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't what you'd call your calorie conscious. Oh, I'm conscious of how many calories it has.
Talia says it looks fabulous.
The cannoli shell definitely could have been a little thinner. But it's still nice and crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yum. That's almost as good as my savory cannoli. Those were good.
Yep. Yeah, she says fresh like that is the best.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim said that his dessert tonight is Oreo mint McFlurry from McDonald's.
Oh, nice. McFlurry. Hey, well, wasn't that guy on, yeah, I've seen that movie. Back to the Western or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a McFlurry on there. Right?
I don't have any idea.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning from Sunday, good people.
Ah, Mr. Man in the Future. Well, happy Sunday, Mr. Greg. I hope all is well with you. Oh, and by the way, I have some news I want to share with you, Greg, after I finish up my stream here. I'll message you. Good news, actually. So,
Darla wants to know what you put in your savory cannoli.
I made the shell with Parmesan cheese. Grated it, put it on a circle on a sheet tray, baked it until it was melted, and then quickly grabbed it up off the tray, wrapped it around the cannoli shell, cooled really quickly. And there is a video, cream cheese, jalapeno, what was it? Some chili powder, some garlic powder. It's a savory, spicy one. They're about that big. But eating a dessert one like this is no problem. But the cream cheese, savory cannoli, make them that big, but cut them down into like more bite-sized pieces, just because the cream cheese is a lot heavier. But check out the video. I mean, you could add bacon bits and stuff to it too, I would imagine. It'd be really good. I might have even put bacon in it now that I think about it. But
Yeah, I don't remember.
yeah, it's cream cheese and stuff like that. It was kind of a southwestern flavor.
Greg says, awesome, mate. Looking forward to the message.
Wow. I love cannoli. Or if I'm eating one, cannoli. But who can eat just one? This is like the Lay's potato chips of the dessert world. Nobody can eat just one.
Jessica says, besides water, what is your go-to favorite drink?
Scotch. No. I'd have to say coming in second would be coffee. Cup of coffee. Like, I was just thinking that some coffee with this would be really good.
Yeah.
And then, of course I like sodas, so I try not to drink them too much, but soda pop,
Yeah.
of course.
Dawn says, that sounds delicious.
It was very good. Like I said, though, it was just one whole one would be too much, I think, to serve. If you're going to make them and serve them, cut them into, maybe 3/4 of an inch or maybe even an inch thick. But I wouldn't go much bigger than that. So, but, you know. Oh, one thing I think I did, Don, to help for the cheese to kind of hold its shape better and cut a little easier, I believe I sprinkled in a little bit of cornstarch or flour. It's on the video. So
Tim says he used to work with this one big Italian guy. He could talk about cannolis almost the whole shift. I was tired of cannolis and didn't even have any. Jessica wants you to guess her favorite drink.
I'm going to guess Diet Coke. Since that's what you ask for all the time, I'm going to guess that's your favorite one.
Wild Man said bacon flavored cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good.
Savory cheesecakes, you bet. I've made them. I've made them with ham. I've made them with bacon. A little bit of rosemary and some thyme. Some powdered chicken or beef stock. Delicious. Delicious, yeah.
Don said Coke introduced orange cream Coke.
Yep.
Really good.
Yeah, I reviewed it. I'm not a big fan of orange cream anyway. I mean, like, I like orange sherbet fine, but I like the those creamsicles, you know, with the orange on the outside and vanilla ice cream. I don't like it. I don't like the combination. And so I didn't like the Coke orange cream very much. But then again, I don't like Coke that much. The cola. I'd much rather have RC or Pepsi. I would probably drink those way before Coke.
Yeah.
I just don't care for the Coke flavor. And I darn sure don't like their combinations of stuff. The Y2K one and the artificial intelligence one, and that they come up all of these ridiculous flavors that just taste more like chemical cleaning agents more than anything. I just, no thanks. You know, my philosophy with some of these flavors are just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Jessica says, yes, Diet Coke. What do I like? Fountain Diet Coke or bottled or canned?
Okay. So if you had all three in front of you, the fountain, a can, or a bottle, which one would you pick?
That's what she's asking you.
Oh, no. No. I'm asking you. So if I had them all three in front of me, I'd probably go with fountain. But, you know, it's really not much difference other than the fact that the syrup mixes right then.
He's asking what would she prefer.
Oh, what would you prefer?
What she prefers.
I'm going to say fountain.
Okay. Tim's got to go.
Tim.
Great show and dinner tonight, my friend.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you, my friend. And we'll talk soon. And thanks for spending some time on your Saturday with the old guy. I appreciate it. Have a good night. In fact, I think that's about it for me altogether.
John says, so it's the vanilla you don't like?
On what? Oh, on the orange sickle? Or the creamsicles? Yeah, I don't care for the vanilla in it. And if it's ice cream, I don't care for cream in orange. Which is odd, because I like lemon meringue pies. I like key lime pies, which are both more or less made with milk.
Yeah.
or something. So anyway,
Jessica says that she would prefer the fountain.
hey, how about that?
And Lisa and Wildman are leaving.
Lisa, Wildman, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. We'll see you guys next Saturday, I hope. In fact, thank you everybody for hanging out with Old Guy on Saturday night. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I've said it before, almost to the point of just repetition, but this really is the highlight of my week when I get to come out here and cook for you guys, and we have our talk, and it's just such a good community that we have here, and I really appreciate it. Hey, without you being here, this would just be a waste of time, so I appreciate it very much. As always, please give back in your community somehow, some way, and I'm going to see you next Saturday night. Goodbye, or Saturday day, whatever.
They're funny. Didn't want to push. It's like, so